Can I just say how proud I am of you for continuing to come back each week? No, that takes a lot of courage, strength, and you are incredible. I just wanted you to know that before we jump in, because it is a breath of fresh air. So thank you so much for being here. I can't even tell you how much it means to me, okay? Now let's dive in. How did you do? Okay. Which one did you find kind of confusing? Okay, we can go over it a little bit. Not a problem. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. All right. So let's see here. Okay, so you had a little trouble with the observing, describing, and participating checklist? Okay, not a problem. Let's go through it together really quick, and then we'll talk about how you did with the breathing exercises at night, and then we'll go into today's lesson and sleep. Okay, so let's see what you got here. Check off an exercise each time. Did you do any exercises this week? Okay, each day. For how long? About 10 to 20 minutes? That's fine, as long as you did a small workout. Sounds. Did you notice sounds around you? Oh, I see. Okay, sounds. Sounds around you, pitch and sound of someone's voice / music. Okay, so let's just do it this way. Were you able to focus on different sounds around you? Like the wind blowing, someone talking, a fan going. Okay, that's basically what we were trying to do here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and check that off as like accomplished. And speaking of fan, sorry, I sleep with a fan on, so my throat is a little, you know, and it's winter. So I don't mind. Do you need a water or anything? Okay, well, let me know if you do, all right? I can go grab you one. It's not a problem. Okay, what about smells around you? Did you notice different smells around you? Okay. So it's basically that. Your breath. Okay, so this one kind of goes with today's lesson, so we'll wait on that. Did you thoughts, feelings, and body sensations inside yourself and bodies outside? So did you have a hard time with like seeing or acknowledging inside sensations versus outside sensations? So it's like emotions versus like what you were actually feeling physically. Okay, so that one you did okay with. Perfect. All right, and then we'll just go through these really quick. Did you dance to music at all this week? Yes, very good. Okay, sing along with music you are listening to. Always. Did you sing in the shower? Not really. That's okay. Sing and dance while watching TV? No, not a problem. Jump out of bed and dance or sing before getting dressed? Who does that? No, that's okay. Go to church that sings and join in the singing? Okay. Again, that's all right. Play karaoke with friends or at a karaoke bar or club? That's so fun. So I just hooked up a microphone in my living room to an amp, and through the amp, I was so excited that it worked. And I was like, we are gonna have the most amazing karaoke nights now. I'm so stoked to try it out on Friday with my kids. So I think it's great that you did that. Throw yourself into what another person is saying. So this one is huge. I think more people need to work on this one. Yeah, like a lot of people get so caught up in like preparing to like say something. They're like, yeah, it's like, no, just listen, just sit back and totally engage into what the other person is saying. You know, that is so important. So I'm putting a star next to that one because I know you can do that. Did you go running, riding, skating, walking? Did a lot of walking. Play a sport? Did you like throw yourself into the sport? Yes, absolutely. Alright, this one's about breathing. We'll get into that one in a minute. Become a word as you slowly say it over and over again. I'm going to cross that one out because nobody does that. Throw caution to the wind and throw yourself into a social or work activity. You attempted. Awesome. That's all that matters. Alright. No, I think you did amazing. Thank you so much for just even the effort. Now, these are yours to take with you and to hold on to so that you can continue practicing them, okay? Today, we're going to get into something pretty fun. It's myths in the way of interpersonal effectiveness. For example, does your mind ever tell you things about yourself and you're like, whoa, hold on a second. But most of the time you're like, oh, okay. Like, oh man, I'm just so ugly today. Or, oh man, I didn't do a good job today. So a lot of these things we're going to go over are things that I want you to practice this week. Yes, this is your homework this week. But you don't have to take this worksheet home. It's just things that continue to come up for you. It's almost like your core beliefs of what you think of yourself that aren't necessarily true, but you believe them to be true because you've been telling yourself they are for a very, very long time. Okay? So at one point, and this might be where you are now, is finding the evidence to prove that those things that you continue to tell yourself are not true. And then at some point you're going to become a lawyer and you're going to provide evidence. You're going to present the evidence to yourself and say, hey, I'm not a terrible person because X, Y, and Z. Or I'm not a terrible mother because X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Okay, good. So, and we'll go over this together. Alright, so one myth is I don't deserve to get what I want or need. And if I make a request, this will show that I am a very weak person. And we can go over some of these too if you have any questions. So yes, some people believe that even asking for help makes them weak, but it doesn't. In fact, you are so strong if you can ask for help. It takes a lot of courage to be like, hey, can you please help me with this, right? Yeah, exactly. I have to know whether a person is going to say yes before I make a request. And that's the other thing. A lot of people struggle with rejection, which is, obviously, people are going to struggle with that. We're all human and nobody likes to be rejected, right? So with that, it's important to learn how to respond to the rejection instead of react to it, and sit with the rejection and understand the feeling of it, but don't let it stop you from continuing on and asking for help, because there are people that are willing to help and there are people that are not. You know what I mean? So it's getting through to yourself that just because you had one bad experience doesn't mean you're going to continue to have bad experiences, okay? So if they say no, it will kill me. That. No, it won't. You will very much still be alive if you are told no, and more so, it will build strength. It will make you go, okay, they said no, and you'll get used to it, and at some point it won't even faze you, it will not bother you. But to get to that point, you have to go through it. Does that make sense? All right, a couple more. I should be willing to sacrifice my own needs for others. I can tell by the look on your face, you're like, oh, hell no, right? Yeah, we never want to sacrifice our own needs for other people because we are important and it is us first, you know? Like, we have to think of ourselves, because here's the other side to this. If you're constantly thinking of other people, then how are you supposed to take care of those other people if you don't think of yourself? Like, think about being like a mother. If I didn't take care of myself, then I wouldn't be a good mother to my kids, because I would be exhausting myself constantly for them and never thinking of myself. Like, that would do nothing but harm to everybody else around me. It's crazy to think about, but it's true. If I don't have what I want or need, it doesn't make any difference. I don't really care. In reality, we do care, and that's what the point is here, is we do, and it's okay to care. That's what we're trying to see here, is we want to learn to respond to these emotions and these feelings instead of reacting to them or trying to shove them away or pretend they don't exist. All right, so miss in the way of relationship and self-respect effectiveness. So this is really important too. All right, I shouldn't have to ask. They should know what I want and do it. So this comes along with like relationships, when like you're upset with somebody and you say, oh, well, you should know why I'm mad. No, they shouldn't. Nobody can read your mind, just like you can't read other people's minds. So I like to tell people, think of this one, like put yourself in their shoes and then ask yourself, how would I feel if they talked to me like this? Or if they reacted like this towards me, okay? All right, another one. Other people should be willing to do more for my needs. Again, this goes to like putting yourself first. People are going to put themselves first as well. None of us are the center of the universe, okay? No one is more important than others. We are important to ourselves, and we should always come number one in our own lives, you know? But that is the same as to be said about other people. Does that make sense? And that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. So if you're expecting other people to put your needs before their own, that's not healthy. So we want to make sure that we're healthy in ourselves and with others. Revenge will feel so good. It will be worth any negative consequences. I don't know if you believe in karma, but I do. And I mean, I honestly just believe that good things and bad things happen regardless of how one person is or isn't. But you don't want to carry on the burden of just knowing that you took revenge and the anticipation of waiting for something to happen, right? But no, revenge is never a good thing, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't. What does feel good is just being the person to go, okay, like, you're valid for how you feel. It is so hard to get to that point, but I tell you what, like, it feels so good that if someone does you wrong or if someone is angry, literally look them in the eyes and say, I am so sorry you feel that way. And they will probably be like, whoa, whoops, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength to step up and just not react, but learn to respond. Oh, that's a big one. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Do you have any questions so far? Okay. Now, I have some questions about where you want to go next, if we want to dive into this now or we could do it later. I have another thing that I want to do that's really different. Oh, but first, I am so sorry. I forgot to ask you. How did this week go with your breathing? Did you like it? Yay! Okay, good. So we're just gonna continue that, okay? Along with the other things. Again, I don't want to add too much onto your plate. I want you to have a very nice and relaxing week. I don't want you to stress about anything. And I will always give you things to like help you work on your stress, but I don't want anything that I'm giving you to be more stressful. Okay? So there is something in here, and I need to know if you're interested in learning about it or not, if you think it would be beneficial to you. Okay? It is called Dear Man, all right? So this is a guideline for objectives effectiveness. Getting what you want, in a sense, just hear me out. So a way to remember these skills is to remember the term Dear Man. Describe, express, assert, reinforce, mindful, appear confident, and negotiate. So for D, you're going to describe the current situation, stick to the facts, tell the person exactly what you are responding to, express your feelings and opinions about the situation, and you are not to assume that the other person knows how you feel. So it kind of goes into what we were just talking about. So if this is something that you are interested in, then we will cover this next week. Assert yourself by asking for what you want or saying no very clearly. And then reinforce, or it's like a reward, the person ahead of time, so to speak, by explaining positive effects of getting what you want or need. So they have an example here, and this is for like if you're in a conversation with it could be family, friend, significant other, so on. So the example they have is, you told me you would be home by dinner, but you didn't get here until 11. The important thing when you're describing is to not use feelings. And then when you come home so late, I start worrying about you. So when you're expressing, that's when you can worry. Or, I'm sorry, that's when you can, yeah, I guess worry. No, that's when you can use emotions or feelings. All right, I would really like it if you would call me when you are going to be late. And I would be so relieved and a lot easier to live with if you did that. So there's a lot of benefits to using Dear Man when you're communicating with people, when you're trying to get something that you want. For example, if you want to borrow your parents' car, instead of going to them and be like, hey, can I borrow your car? And them going, why? You already have it laid out. You can go, hey, I would really like to borrow your car tonight. The reason why I want to borrow your car is because I have this thing I really want to go to, and if I don't go, I'm gonna be really disappointed because it's important to me. If you let me borrow your car, I promise I will take good care of it, and I'll even fill it with gas. So it has to be like a give and take sort of thing. Like if I get this, then this will happen. You know what I mean? And with that, there's stay mindful, which is you want to keep your focus on your goal. Okay, so a part of this is, you know how you can be in like a conflict or a situation with like a significant other and the past gets brought up? This takes that away. So if you guys are talking about like an argument that occurred, you're like, hey, you did this, when you did this, I felt like this, yada, yada, yada. And they would be like, well, yeah, but remember when. Stay mindful, stay in the moment, stay on topic. And then A, appear confident. Even if you're not confident, appear confident. Trust me. This is for everything in life. Appear confident, and you will eventually be confident, and it will show that it's important to you, and it will show you that you can do this. Okay. And then N, negotiate. If they say no, and if you like reassure them, you can negotiate. So following the example, if they say like, it's not a big deal to me, like I worked late, so what? I would still like a call. Appearing confident, no saying I'm not sure, just being straight to the point of, no, I would still like a call. I need a call. I deserve a call, you know. Basically gaining respect. And then negotiate. What do you think we should do? I can't just stop worrying about you. Or I'm not willing to stop worrying about you. So it's really incredible. And I use Dear Man a lot with a lot of different things. And then there's more to it. There's Dear Man Give and Dear Man Fast. Dear Man Give is for, you know, when you're trying to be like, no, not like you're not giving them something. It's more of Dear Man Give where you're being respectful and you're being nice. Dear Man Fast is when you don't care at all about like how it ends. If, for example, if you're telling a friend like the friendship can no longer maintain, you just have to be quick with it. There's no judgment. It's literally like, hey, we can't be friends anymore because X, Y, and Z. The end, you know? Where give could be more towards like a coworker or a boss. It's not something you need to be super elaborate with, and you don't need to go into a lot of detail, but you do need to make sure that there is respect and there is interest, and there's a lot to it. So let me know if this would be something that you would want to learn more about, because I can give you worksheets on it and all that. It is literally, honestly, the best skill in DBT. And it is the skill, I will be completely honest, that it took me forever. The longest to learn. When I first started DBT, I did not understand Dear Man. I had such a hard time. Oh my gosh. It took me over a year to fully understand it. I've taken DBT several times. If you see here, this is my certificate of graduation for DBT, actually. And then after this, I took DBT Aftercare, and then I took DBT Aftercare Support Group. But I actually did this 2 or 3 times before I graduated. Yeah, and it is a year-long class. Yes. So, let me know, all right? And then we are going to do something different to end our session today. What do you say? Something a little more fun. Because I think we both need some fun in our life, yeah? What do you say? Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and scooch closer, and then I will tell you what we are doing. While you're doing that, I'm going to make some notes, okay? Yeah, I'm almost out of water. All right. I don't know if you can hear it outside, but it is, there's a blizzard going on right now. And I think it sounds really neat. But if the sounds bother you, I am so sorry. All right. So, I know, not typical therapy session. We're gonna play Pictionary to try and help you relax, okay? Unless you find this super stressful, then I'm so sorry. All right. What are your favorite colors? So I'll get my favorite colors and your favorite colors. Of course, we gotta have black. Is this many brown markers really necessary? There's more in here. No, I do like it gives you a lot of the same color, because then if you run out, you have an extra. Okay. So I think that's good. There, okay. I'm gonna start with purple. Okay, are you ready? Yes. You have to guess what I am drawing. And then maybe we'll play Hangman. No, I'm kidding. Let's just play Pictionary. Okay, here we go. Can you see it okay? Yes, it is a flower. Very good. You got that quick. All right, so that was just a warm-up. Let's see how good you really are. Are you ready? By the way, I'm not good at drawing at all, so. I mean, it is a rectangle. Okay, I'll redo it. All right. Yes, it's a bed. I told you, I'm not good at drawing. Alright, this next one is going to be even harder. Only because I can't draw. Okay. Here we go. Actually, I want to use brown for this. I think it's funny, I was making fun of the color brown, and now I want it. Brown is probably my least favorite color, which is weird because I love trees, and they're brown. Okay. It is, it's a teddy bear. It's a fluffy teddy bear. I just want to finish it. There you go. He's cute. Alright, a couple more and then I'll let you go. I gave you a lot of information today. We went over a lot, so I want you to relax. Ooh. Is there green in there? I think there is. Alright. Oh, that looks terrible. I don't like that. I'm gonna redo it. I think it's because I'm using green and it makes it look really weird. There we go. That's a little better. Yes, mountains. Very good. So, I used to see mountains every day because I'm originally from Colorado, but then I moved. I miss it sometimes. But no, I like flatlands mostly. Yeah, I'm that weirdo that likes cornfields. Definitely a country girl. Alright. Let's see. I'm trying to do one that won't be as easy, but also won't be super hard to figure out either. Okay, I'm going to attempt this, but don't judge me because I'm going to do a terrible job, alright? Oh my gosh, I even like, oh no. I mean, it's terrible, but it's not too bad. Do I need to bring this down more? Maybe? It's a skull. Okay, so I absolutely love skulls, but I can't draw them. The only thing I can draw are trees. Maybe I'll draw you a tree next session, or we'll do like a drawing session where you draw me something, I draw you something, just to like chill out, you know? Alright, one more. What should I draw? I know. Okay. I mean, just that gives it away. Yes, it's a kitty cat. But I'm gonna finish it. I'm so bad at drawing cats. Everything at that, and for that matter. It's gonna be a fluffy kitty. There we go. That's actually not too bad. I mean, I made that like really weird. There. How's that? Not too bad, huh? I'm leaving it. What should we name it? Should we name the cat? I'm gonna leave this for you guys, for you to name, okay? That should be our mascot. What? I need a name for it. And is it a him or a her? That's for you to decide. All right. Thank you so much for coming in today. It means the world to me that you continue to come. And I also want to say that if there's any time that you want to skip a week and do something different, please let me know. I am very open and I'm adjustable, adaptable, accommodating, whatever you want. This is all for you, okay? But thank you so much again for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.